Hey everyone, how's it going? So today we're going to be using a Pokemon that's pretty interesting, at least I think it's interesting, and that Pokemon is Venonat. So Venonat, I mean, it's a pre-evolved Pokemon, so the stats are not going to be anything close to what we've seen in the last few videos. They're actually really bad even for pre-evolved Pokemon. I mean, they're not the worst in any specific stat, but there's just nothing that stands out as exceptional. So that's going to be a problem. And then the move pool. I mean, getting Psychic is always good. Psychic's such a good move, as we've learned in the last two runs. Problem is we don't really get more than that. I mean, here's a Pokemon with base 40 special that's Bug Poison, and we do not get a usable Bug or Poison move. Well, I guess we get Leech Life, but like, yeah, that's gonna suck. And Brock is gonna be, well, Brock's gonna be awful. It took me 13 real-life minutes just to get to Brock. Now, here's the thing. We do have Disable. We're not just stuck with Tackle. My initial idea is to disable or attempt to disable Tackle, so Geodude is stuck using Defense Curl. There's not a problem with that, but there's an overall problem, which is that we do such little damage with Tackle, we actually wouldn't have enough power points to get past the two Pokemon even if we wanted to. The other thing you have to understand is that Disable, wow, we got 2 crits in a row, that's pretty cool. Disable is random in Generation 1, so it isn't the last move the Pokemon uses, it's just a random move the Pokemon has. So even with really good luck, and it's 50% accuracy, sorry, I cut myself off, but even with good luck, we lost to Geodude, so I'm going to go back into the forest, time to collect some Pokemon, and by collect, I mean repeatedly knock out some bugs. So I'm going to do that for the next, I don't know, 5 minutes or so, and I'll be back with another Brock battle, but for you guys, it'll be like, now. So I'm back with another Brock battle. In this battle, I opt not to use Disable at all, and just go for Tackle, try to get as many crits as possible, which we're getting more than I thought we would, and hope we can at least make it to the Onix. So we're just going to zoom ahead, and spoiler alert, we do. But we only have 8 HP, and like we talked about, we do not have enough power points to beat Onix. It doesn't matter anyway, because the Onix is going to knock us out either with Bide or with Tackle. It ends up being Bide. But we were able to make it, I don't know, just a quarter of the way through Onix's HP before it knocked us out. So we're going to have to level up a lot. We're not even one-shotting a Metapod. That's how bad things are right now for Venonat. I've spent half an hour on Brock, one of the longest battles ever. And we're still barely even getting past Onix. We're at level 19, as you can see. And we are doing more with Tackle, crits help, and we're able to knock out Geodude in only 10 tackles. Now we really want to disable, well, Screech actually helps, but the thing we want to disable more is probably Tackle. Bide, the thing with Bide is we can just try and attack, because we don't do all that much damage unless we get a crit, but there is sort of a point of diminishing returns there. It's hard, because you want to keep attacking Onix. The more you attack Onix, the less chance it uses something like Tackle. And we get really, really, really close. Like, we've gone from dealing a quarter to 3/4, and that's what leveling up will do. And I think I just have to do this battle again and again and again. I tried the battle 15 more times at level 19, and I got really close. But in the end, we had to get all the way to level 20. And there's no real strategy to any of this. I mean, you can see each Tackle does way, way more than when we started, and that's kind of cool. Funny enough, in a way, it's almost better if Geodude just goes for Tackle, because then we knock it out quicker. There's an inflection point where we do such little damage, it just gives Geodude so much chance to hurt us. But anywho, because it did go for Tackle too much, we don't have as much HP, so we have to be more careful versus Onix and use some disables, which makes this fight take a really, 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 really long time. So we're just going to fast forward ahead, and it's going to get really, really close. We only had 2 HP remaining. Tackle would have knocked us out at any time, but we win, and that's pretty cool. In case you were wondering, this section in real time took as long as the entire original Mewtwo run, which has 1 million views somehow. That's so cool. I love that video. That video was so much fun to make. And yeah, 2 hours, 28 minutes in-game time. Remember, Mewtwo, the original run was like just over 3 hours. So yeah, Venonat is really in a tough spot, and it's going to be really hard for it to make up ground, even when comparing it to other pre-evolved Pokemon. But we're going to have a relatively easy time getting through Route 3 and Mount Moon, so we'll pick this up again at Cerulean City, where I'll attempt to battle Rival 2. As always, Rival 2 leads with Pidgeotto, and we still are stuck with Tackle and Disable. We also got hit with a Sand Attack, and so typically when that happens, I'm just going to reset and try again. There's no point trying to do this battle with an accuracy drop. It's just really obnoxious. And you can see Quick Attack and Gust only do 10 damage, so it's not the end of the world. We're at 25 health, Abra can't attack us, and we're actually really, really close to getting Leech Life, which normally isn't very good, but will restore HP, which would have been helpful here, and it wouldn't help versus Charmander. Thankfully, it goes for Scratch, and with 2 HP once again, that is 2 major battles with 2 HP, we are victorious, yes siree, and we can move on to battle the Great Misty. Alright, so we're only at level 26, meaning we don't quite have Leech Life. We do have Poison Powder, but it only deals 1/16. We get through Staryu pretty easily, but Bubble Beam, yeah, unless we get super lucky, no. We weren't going to beat Starmie without Leech Life. So what we're going to have to do is level up a bit more. We might just dig back to Cerulean early. We'll see how long this takes. But there are a few trainers we can beat. We only do need just 1 more level, so let's see if we can get it by beating some trainers, including this Rocket, who's a mandatory trainer. And yeah, let's decide whether we're going to go battle Rival 3 first, or whether it just makes sense to gain that level by beating some mandatory trainers and just go back and forth. It's not going to really impact the ranking too much, because let's face it, Venonat is not that strong to begin with, and we really could use Leech Life as soon as possible. In the end, I actually decide to go battle Rival 3 first. I do have Leech Life, but it's not going to really help me much against Pidgeotto. It does hit with Sand Attack. It's a 3-hit KO. I go for Leech Life to try and gain some HP back. It also, unlike Tackle, has no chance of missing, well, prior to Sand Attack. It also will one-shot Kadabra. So we're at full HP for Charmeleon. Unfortunately, it gets a critical hit. And yeah, 2 critical hits. That is not actually funny. That is, well, it's not that bad. Honestly, after that Brock battle, losing once or twice to Rival 3 is not the end of the world. Sand Attack's really annoying, so I'm going to do the same thing I typically do versus Rival 2. If we get hit with Sand Attack, we'll reset. It's really annoying that, oh my god, you know, it's just so annoying. I just want to get this battle done with. As long as it doesn't use Sand Attack, because of the fact Leech Life restores HP, we'll be fine. I don't really care if it hits me. Okay, 1 Gust. There's Quick Attack. Potion's fine. Okay, perfect. That's fine. That's fine, because we can use Leech Life right here. And we're at 44, 51, down to 43, down to 34. Okay, 36. And now Teleport's perfect. We're up to, Oh, it didn't one-shot. Well, that's annoying. Okay, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something I have done in other runs before. I rarely will do this in this challenge, where I can use my other Pokemon in battle to just feint so I can warp back and battle Misty. I do this in my impossible challenges a lot, because those typically I'm not as concerned with speed, but I actually think this is faster because we easily knock out Staryu, and then Starmie, even with Bubble Beam, we're restoring so much HP with Leech Life, and it's super effective. So it is a 3-hit KO. We still have 19 HP to spare, and now, yes, we had to backtrack. I'm going to heal here, but it will make Rival 3 a heck of a lot easier, and it should make Kadabra consistently a 1-hit KO. So I'm just going to fast forward and let's battle Rival 3 again. You know what? Before I do that, there are some trainers on the lower level of the ship that are relatively easy for Venonat to defeat. A lot of these trainers do have Tentacool, and in Generation 1 only, Leech Life is super effective. All bug moves actually are super effective against poison. So that's going to bring an interesting dynamic. I wonder why they got rid of that, because Bug was so underpowered. But now that we've leveled up a little bit more, I think Rival 3 will be super consistent, and we might even have a shot beating Lieutenant Surge, who I was actually legitimately worried about. So we only have 5 tackles left. We don't need that many. We knock out Pidgeotto, and then Leech Life's going to be a 3-hit KO. Unfortunately, I didn't realize I don't have a lot of Leech Lives left either. So yeah, even if I use Poison Powder, I actually need to use... Oh, you know, maybe... Nah, see, if it was 1/8, we'd be fine. But yeah, we do get an Ether from Bill's house. Typically, I won't use this Ether, but I'm going to use it on Tackle. And I actually have a second Ether. That one was located on the lower decks where I battled all those sailors and fishermen. Typically, I would never get that, but I'm going to use that on Leech Life. So we have enough power points, not just to battle Rival 3, but potentially for Lieutenant Surge. And I'm going to try and do this with a Sand Attack. If we get too many misses, it could be a big problem because we don't have that many extra power points. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, here's Leech Life. So now we need 11 tackles. Okay. All right. I don't know if I would keep this one. Do we have enough power points to beat Surge? You know what? I don't want to redo this. This took way too long. So we have finally beaten Rival 3. There are videos where we're already at the Elite Four by this point, but we haven't even gotten to the 3rd gym. This is... So here's the thing with length in videos. A lot of times it corresponds to how difficult the run is, but I think it does give you guys a really solid idea of what this felt like. This was a slog. We are an hour and 6 minutes in. Most runs, I am near the end, if not finished. Even for pre-evolved Pokemon, we're usually at, around Rival 5 by this point. But nope, not for Venonat. For Venonat, we are just attempting Lieutenant Surge for the very first time, and let's see how that went. Surge leads with Voltorb, who's a little worrisome because Voltorb can use Sonic Boom. Thankfully, it goes for Tackle. It is still outspeeding me. X-Speed is quite good, and we knock it out with 3 tackles, but Screech was bad. We do outspeed Pikachu initially, but Growl's a really big problem, and now Raichu goes for Thunderbolt. With that crit, it did 70, and then a crit with Thundershock. This is probably not going to work, but the Growl actually did make a big difference, so let's try just one more time. Sonic Boom is what I was worried about, so I'm going to switch to Leech Life. We're at 69, we're at 68. Hopefully Pikachu cooperates, Quick Attack is fine, and we're at 87. So I'm going to go for, Growl misses, Leech Life, Thunderbolt, no crit, Thunder Shock. Actually, we might do this. X-Speed? No, one more hit, yes! Okay, that wasn't actually a first try victory, but it felt like one. Finally, a gym leader that wasn't, or a major battle, not even just gym leader, a major battle that wasn't a total pain. Nice. Still haven't had a first try victory, still haven't anything easy yet, but we are very close to getting Psychic. We just need to make it through Rock Tunnel. But in Rock Tunnel, it's everyone's favorite unnamed trainer, at least in Red and Blue, the famous hiker. I believe his name is Dudley in Fire Red Leaf Green. We should play more Fire Red Leaf Green. But we're going to have to battle him with just a Venonat that doesn't have Psychic. How will it go? Poorly. It's going to go poorly. We are 4 hours, 9 minutes in terms of in-game time. Ghastly was pretty much done by this point. So we can use Poison Powder and we can use Leech Life. Leech Life actually is regular effective and it does more than I thought. So Poison Powder actually probably was the wrong call there. Okay, we're going to go for Leech Life and we're just going to hope they don't go. So repels in this game actually reset. What I mean by that is they don't persist between saves. In other words, when you reset, you have to use another repel, which is annoying. So I am going to try and level up here with rare candies, but I'm not doing that just for no reason. I'm doing that to see whether we one-shot with Psybeam, and the answer is no. So that was really informative because there's really not much of an advantage to just going for Leech Life and regaining HP. So that's exactly what I'm going to try to do. And you can see, yes, Psybeam was much better, but we do knock out Geodude with 50 HP, 56, 61, and that's enough to tank Graveler Self-Destruct This actually wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it would be, and we can move on to Rival 3 +1. No, that's not even true. None of that is right. We're not going to battle Rival 3, and we're not going to battle Rival 3 +1, because it makes way more sense to go battle Erika, considering we double resist Erika's moves, and Leech Life is double super effective in this game. Before I battle Erika, though, I'm going to battle every single one of the trainers in this gym. We are a Venonat, guys. We don't have a lot of options. We don't even have Psychic yet. Not that I need it. We're one-shotting everything. But you have to be really smart with where you level up. These trainers give a lot of money, they give a lot of experience points, and they can't be battled once I beat Erika. This is a really, really good section to gain some experience points, because the game does get quite a bit harder after this section. Giovanni, Rival 4, they can be obstacles, but they're not too bad. But Rival 5 and Koga tend to be really, really tough. Great place to get XP, and once we do that, then we can completely obliterate Erika with Leech Life and a Venonat. A sentence I never thought I would say. So, it's not going to be 3 hits. I'm going to use Leech Life. It's actually a 2-hit KO on Victory Bell, but I actually thought it would be a 1-hit KO. I was worried about Tangela, because Tangela, I do have Psy Beam. Tangela is very high in base defense, but Leech Life still seems to be doing more damage. So we're just going to go for it. I'll use Poison Powder in case it goes for Wrap. Even though I won't attack, I'll do 1/16 of damage. It goes for Bind, so it only really works once. Not a big deal. And then it's going to be a 2-hit KO on Vileplume, whose best move is Petal Dance. Would have done nothing. And look, so weird, all the trainers are not where they usually are, because I beat them all. Great. So now's a good time to potentially get Psychic. We might not even need it, because we have Mega Drain. In fact, I think we can skip Psychic. Psybeam and Mega Drain should be enough. I should easily make it through the rest of the Rocket Hideout, and we're going to go battle Giovanni. He leads with Onyx, but of course, since we have Mega Drain, not a problem. Rhyhorn, Mega Drain, not a problem. Base 40 power is not a big deal. Now, Kangaskhan could be a problem. Bite, I get a flinch. Bite, I get a flinch. Comet Punch, but I do have Sleep Powder now. And this is Venonat's saving grace. Remember all the way back with Bulbasaur. Getting Sleep Powder is massive. You can't attack the turn you wake up. So if we can put things to sleep, ideally we outspeed them, but if we can put them to sleep, we can just use whatever moves we want. Unfortunately, we cannot follow that up with a setup move like Growth. That would make Venonat extremely good, but having Sleep Powder gives Venonat a chance to make up some ground. Without it, it almost certainly would probably end up bottom tier, but with Sleep Powder, hopefully we start to see some easier battles ahead, but because of its extremely low speed, there's a chance it might not be as helpful as you would hope. But for now, we do have a decent matchup with Koga. In this game, because Poison is super effective against Bug, it actually does neutral damage. Sabrina is going to be awful, as will Blaine. So, yeah, that's going to be fun, but that's a problem for future JROs. For current JROs, we still actually need to beat Rival 4 first, and I haven't taught Psychic yet. This battle's really easy, so I'm just going to talk about the reason why I haven't taught Psychic. The thought process is that since we're going to learn Psychic via level up really soon, it basically gives me almost like a pseudo 5th move slot, because I can just delete Psychic for another move I might need for a single battle, and then teach Psychic back. That's something I've wanted to do many, many times in these runs, but I don't always have the option. Here I do. I don't know when or if I'm going to use it, but having an option is always better than not having an option. So we have Psychic, and don't worry, we will know Psychic by the time we fight Koga, which is going to be really soon, actually. So soon, I don't think, no, we're not at level 43 yet. So we're going to have to use Sleep Powder and Psybeam, which is a little slower than Psychic. So I really hope we end up using that strategy, because otherwise just a giant waste of time. Because we have Sleep Powder, this isn't so bad. As long as Weezing doesn't use Self-Destruct, we should be good. X-Attack is fine. It falls asleep. Psybeam. Woke up too quickly. All right. Well, this is going to take a few battles to get right, but it's not that big a deal, and I still can keep my TM for Psychic, which is pretty good. There's really not much to say about the winning battle. I just don't get self-destruct. It happened 3 more times. Honestly, aside from saving a few turns, Psychic wouldn't have done that much more. It's base 90 versus base 65. It's not like it would have done double, right? So it was what it was. This is the problem with having a Pokemon that is slow and trying to rely on Sleep Powder strats. That's what we got to do for now, but it worked, and we can move on. The next trainer that makes sense to battle is Rival Fievel. Blaine's a fire trainer, doesn't make sense to battle him, and Sabrina's a psychic trainer, can't even battle her until we defeat Rival Fievel. I'm going to level up a little bit more. I will have psychic for this battle, and let's see how it goes. Rival Fievel leads with Pidgeot, and we're going to try to put it to sleep. Unfortunately, because we are bug type, it doesn't have to go for agility. We get a special drop, so it's going to be a 3 KO with Psychic. Now, Leech Life does not one-shot execute, but Reflect is way better than Hypnosis. I go for Sleep Powder because I'm worried about Hypnosis, and we do heal to full health via Leech Life, which I still have. We outspeed Gyarados, put it to sleep, and we get a special drop on the second Psychic, meaning I can go for Mega Drain, and Psychic will knock it out. This was to preserve power points. Psybeam doesn't quite knock it out. We put Alakazam to sleep, and Leech Life will restore my HP to 68. We don't outspeed Charizard. It goes for Ember, and unfortunately, we miss with Sleep Powder. But I see a pathway to victory here. All we need is for, well, Sleep Powder not to miss there. Also, misclick. Also, a crit against me would be bad. But yeah, this might take a few attempts, but I think this is going to happen. So how many attempts is it going to take? Well, on this attempt, we get Sleep Powder hitting after a Wing Attack, which is fine. Psychic, Psychic, Psychic. And unfortunately, since I don't get the special drop, I need to go for Psychic. Leech Life, we get Reflect. That's fine. It goes for Potion, and we're at full HP for Gyarados. We put it to sleep. Psychic, we get a special drop immediately. We put it to sleep. I go for a second Psychic, and then Mega Drain. That just makes things a little safer. We have 4 left for Charizard. Psybeam is good. Sleep Powder is great. And then Leech Life crit. We're at 79 HP. And Ember takes us down to 24. We put it to sleep. We go for Psychic. No special drop. No special drop. No special drop. But a crit. And we win. So, very, very quick versus Rival Fievel. Only 4 battles needed. You can see how Sleep Powder is really, really good. I can't simply use a potion here because I don't have any power points left. So I'm going to go back to the healing spot. But we can talk about Giovanni. Giovanni is not going to be difficult at all for my Pokemon with Psychic and Mega Drain. Anyway, I'll just show you the battle. He leads with Nidorino. We go for Psychic. It doesn't actually knock it out, but we have enough power points. It's fine. Psychic, we don't get the special drop, but we do get a crit. So it's going to be a 2 KO. Mega Drain one-shots Rhyhorn, and then Nidoqueen, we go for Psychic. Scratch is fine. 2 KO. Now, though, we need to make a really tough call. Blaine or Sabrina, both are not good for me. At least Sabrina, Leech Life does decent enough damage, but neither gym will be easy by any means. I'm going to attempt Sabrina first, but I have a feeling I'm going to need to level up for either of these gym leaders. Okay, so she leads with Kadabra. Psychic does not one-shot, but neither does Leech Life, so that's not going to work. We might be able to one-shot some of the Psychic Pokemon in the gym, use them to level up, so maybe that's what I'm going to do. Additionally, there's the Fighting Dojo, and Psychic will one-shot or two-shot everything in here, so that's a good source of experience points, and we'll see if that combined could lead to a victory against either Sabrina or Blaine. I'm still leaning towards Sabrina because of the offensive matchup of Leech Life and restoring HP versus having to rely on Psychic with Blaine. So we level up a little bit more. 8 HP should make a huge difference. Okay, we can't battle Sabrina right now. This is not going to work. Listen, if her Kadabra is one-shotting me, what do you think's going to happen when we battle Alakazam? Although Alakazam has moves it can use that won't, we're just going to have to go and level up more, I think. I don't know what we're going to have to do. I don't think Blaine's going to be possible. I mean, I can try, right? But what's the point? So I do outspeed Growlithe, and we can put it to sleep. We can use Psychic, and it's a 3-shot, so that's fine. But as I expected, Ponyta outspeeds me. It goes for Fire Spin, which in this generation, as you guys probably know, well, it can miss 30% of the time, but once it hits, I can't attack, and yeah. So, how are we going to do this? I'm really stuck. Do I need to battle all the swimmers? What do I really do? What are my options? It feels like I just have to level up a whole bunch or rely on a Fire Spin miss. We get a retroactive Super Potion, so that allows me to put Ponyta to sleep, and then it wakes up and we get the miss. But now Rapidash, oh, we get another miss. So that's kind of nice. Unfortunately, the Super Potions, we ran out of Psychic, and while we've made it to Arcanine and we got a miss and a Super Potion in reverse order, we don't have anything we can actually use in Fire Blast, and we're done. Okay. So, that's not going to work. Right now, I'm not actually trying to battle Blaine. I'm just thinking. So what do I do? Gotta think. I have an idea. I realized I actually forgot to save after I beat the trainers in Sabrina's gym. So I still have them to beat, and then I can possibly go and battle her. I'm hoping we just one-shot Kadabra with Leech Life. That would be huge. But yeah, I'm not really sure what else I can really do. All right, so we're at level 49. Psychic, we don't get a special drop. We're still not one-shotting. So that's just simply not going to work. I can just try this. We know we can potentially get a one-shot. And we could theoretically use Sleep Powder. That's another thing we could do. Maybe I'm going to do that. Unfortunately, we keep missing with Sleep Powder again and again. Oh, gosh, this is actually getting really annoying. Psybeam is good. Oh, now we got a critical hit against us. Thank you, AJ, for speeding up this footage. But trust me, in real life, this was very annoying and very tedious. All right, Psychic. Oh, I misclick. Great. That time was my fault. That one was my fault. All right, what is this, like attempt 7? Literally, we just need a 1 in 2 chance of it going for Psybeam. And then we need, okay, Psychic is, oh my God. What's going on? All right, attempt 8, I think. This is not even that unlikely a scenario. There's Psybeam, and we miss. You know what? It's a 35% chance. It's not that unlikely. We should have gotten this a long time ago. All right, Psybeam. Sleep Powder. Yay! It stayed asleep. We don't one-shot, but 96 HP. Now, Mr. Mime, we actually outspeed. Leech Life. Leech Life. Okay, 136. Now, Venomoth, we put it to sleep. Psychic. Leech Life. We're at full HP for Alakazam. Please don't use Psychic. Reflect is fine. No! No! All right. We put it to sleep. Okay, but now because of Reflect, it does way less damage. I'm going to drop its special via Psychic. That's going to help me immensely. Psywave, 1 HP left. Yes, no, I'm confused. No, a crit, no, what? Are you kidding me? All right, we're going to try again. Okay, so we've seen this can happen. Psychic is, oh my God. All right, we've seen this can happen. Oh my God, please. All right, Psybeam. No crit. Yes, it's asleep. Leech Life. All right, great. Okay. Sleep Powder. Leech Life. Please don't miss and then Stun Spore. All right, it's asleep. No, woke up. All right, it's asleep. Psychic. Special Fell. Nice. Okay. Please just use Psywave. Nice. It's asleep. Leech Life's going to 2-shot. No. Okay. All right, finally. Level 50. We beat Sabrina. Sleep Powder coming in clutch. Now we just have Blaine. Giovanni will be easy. But how am I going to beat Blaine? Is one level going to make a difference? I mentioned I had an idea. And the idea wasn't even to battle the trainers in Sabrina's gym. The idea was something else. Hopefully I don't need it, because if I do, that's going to alter my plans for a little bit later. But let's see. All right, I misclicked, but that's not a big deal. We can put Growlithe to sleep. do we outspeed Ponyta at least? So the answer is yes. At least we outspeed Ponyta. But there's no shot we outspeed Rapidash, and we don't. So I think we're going to have to do my idea, which sucks. And it's going to get rid of Mega Drain. But yeah, I can try doing this a few more times, but I really don't think this is going to work well for me. And you might have seen what my idea is, because I do it a lot in these runs, and it does make a lot of sense here. We could try to get a miss. We could try to get a miss, or, okay. All right, I misclicked, but that's fine. All right. All right. Mega Drain. We have 3 Psychics left. Oh, I think I need... All right, Ember's fine. It's asleep. Get a special drop. Get a special drop. No, woke up. Ember... I don't have... all right, Super Potion. No, there's no way we're going to win. We could have won if I had some PowerPoint ups. What do I do? What do I do? After losing another 5 times, even with a PP up, we're going to use Sleep Powder. We're going to use Mimic. Now we're going to Mimic Agility. It's not a guaranteed victory by any means, and we don't get special badge boosts because to do that... Oh, I actually misclicked. I meant to go for Leech Life there. All right, hopefully we have... Oh, see, this is the problem. This is the problem. Super Potions, now we run out of Power Points. And this is exactly what I want to avoid. Okay, we do knock out, but we don't have enough Power Points here. We only have 5. And yeah, we're not even gonna have enough for Arcanine. But you can see what the plan is. We can hit with Sleep Powder, and yeah, I'm gonna reset, but all we need to do is not get bad luck. The misclick kind of hurt us. We need no bad luck. There is another PP up I know about. Oh, and I didn't save after using Mimic, by the way, because I wasn't sure if this was the best plan. Losing Mega Drain's gonna hurt for Giovanni and Lorelei. 100%. But I think it is worth it at the end of the day. I just don't think this is going to be consistent enough. Mimic is very situational, and we don't really need it a ton. This is a tough call, because Mega Drain could have helped us a little bit. All right, Growlithe takes 2 Psychics. That's good. Ponyta's asleep. I misclick again. Special Fell. That's going to take 2. That's good. All right, that's annoying, and it's a crit. But it's fine. HP isn't a big deal if everything goes to plan. Unfortunately, we don't get the knockout, but Leech Life does the trick, and then we miss. This is the thing with using Sleep Powder. You just get misses, and it's a 25% chance and nothing you can do. So you know what the plan's going to be. Let's just show you the win. We know we're going to win. We're not going to get stuck here. AJ, why aren't you cutting away? There's supposed to be a transition here. Wait, I win here? Oh, cool. That's nice. Hey, that works. So yeah, I don't have much to say. You've already seen what the strategy is. I really didn't want to get rid of Mega Drain, and we did talk about earlier how having 2 Psychics, this was the exact scenario. But unfortunately, even though I had an extra Psychic, we can't delete Psychic for Mimic because Psychic is really the only move we have that will do significant damage to Blaine's Pokemon. And still it's taking multiple hits because we're not Psychic type. If we were, Venonat would actually be quite good. And in fact, I think Venomoth is going to be sneaky really good. We ran out of Psychic, so now we have to use Leech Life. Thank goodness we don't get another Super Potion. We're at level 51. Giovanni would have been easier if we had Mega Drain, but I think he'll be fine. You might wonder, why don't I delete Leech Life? I really think for the Psychic Pokemon remaining, the Alakazams, having the ability to restore my HP to full and deal a lot of damage is really underrated, and so I'm going to be keeping Leech Life. I thought about it a lot. It's not simply a matter of damage. Both Mega Drain and Leech Life are situational. Psychic is often the best move, but I do think Leech Life makes more sense. Again, if I was someone who did this run again and again and again, then we could know and we could test it, but that's not the point of these runs. The point of these runs is if you just turned on your Game Boy and brought out your Game Shark and were like, I'm going to change the starter to Venonat, what's that going to do? Well, this is a type of run you might have. I mean, this is literally something I used to do all the time. And now I record these. It's pretty awesome, not going to lie. Anyway, we're now going to go and battle Giovanni. Hopefully this goes well. All right, so you've seen this before, or not. If so, welcome. But yeah, he's going to lead with Rhyhorn. I'm going to try to put it to sleep. I'm not at full health, which shouldn't be a big deal. It doesn't one-shot, and we're at 84 health for Dugtrio. Dugtrio actually outspeeds and then hits with Sand Attack, which is really annoying because we miss with Psychic. I go for Leech Life trying to get a little bit more health back, and because I don't have a lot of Psychic power points and I anticipate a miss, it's going to be a 2-shot on Nidoqueen, and we get the miss. So we're at 77. We level up. Nidoking. I go for Sleep Powder. Now, Leech Life is super effective, but, I mean, look how little it's doing. Still, it's going to do more to Nidoking than it would to Rhydon, and we have 44 HP. I don't think Rhydon can actually attack us. It goes for Tail Whip. I try to put it to sleep, and then Psychic misses. Then I get hit with Stomp, and oh, it can't attack us. I think that's the first time Rhydon has ever actually defeated me. Cool. Every run teaches us something new. Anyway, so long as we don't get hit by Dugtrio, we should be fine. I'm just going to go for Psychic. Now, the truth is, if I just went to the Pokemon Center, things would be fine, but I really didn't feel like I had to. Growl is fine because we should have enough Psychics now to knock out the rest of the Pokemon. I'm going to go for Psychic, and then I'm going to use Leech Life to finish off Nidoqueen. We don't get paralyzed by Body Slam, which is good. And now Nidoking, hopefully we get a crit. That would be nice. We don't. So I'm going to go for Psychic, knock it out. Rhydon, I'm going to go for Sleep Powder. And then, you know what? Heck, I'm just going to mimic Fissure. And you know what? Eventually it's going to hit. Oh, well, I get hit by Stomp. But, you know, that will work. Let's do that. That'll be fun. I don't think I've ever used Fissure in a run, mimicked or otherwise. So, yeah, we're just going to speed right through this and talk a little bit about Rival 6. So, Rival 6, we might have to use the rare candies first. With what is essentially a Sleep Powder-based strategy, outspeeding is so important. So, realistically, as we put Rhydon to sleep and mimic Fissure, yay, there we go, Fissure, let's go. We really, really want to outspeed, but at the same time, if we can beat him without having to use the rare candies, it is more efficient that way. Anyway, I'm going to try first without them, but I don't have high hopes. Alrighty, so Pidgeot, we can do the Mimic strat. 1 in 2 chance he goes for Wing Attack. We got Wing Attack. It's not the biggest deal. You can see he can go for Agility. So we're going to use all 3 Agilities. It'll give us maximum badge boosts, and it'll increase our speed. With a special drop, Psychic, a 2-hit KO. We're going to use Psychic on Rhyhorn, 2-hit KO. Execute, I'm going to go for Leech Life, but it's not a 1-hit KO. Thankfully, it goes for Solar Beam. We knock it out, we level up. So the special boosts are gone, but the speed boosts remain. We eventually get a special drop on Gyarados, but it's a 4-hit KO. We will outspeed Alakazam. We put it to sleep. Leech Life will be a 3-hit KO, it looks like. And now we just need enough Psychics to knock out Charizard. We put it to sleep. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we got to use Leech Life. This is going to do like nothing, a critical hit. No, come on! Flamethrower! Yes, we won! Let's go! Let's go! All right, Leech Life, double not very effective. Base 20 power, 6 hours, 45 minutes in. We're about to make it to the Elite Four. This has been a long video. You guys know it's going to be tough. You guys know we might have to level up a lot more. But let's go see what it's like on our first attempt. Since we didn't need to level up, I'm going to hold off using rare candies. Dugong, actually that's a Gen 1 miss, is only going to go for Rest because we're Poison type and it's a Psychic move. So, yeah, this is not looking good. We are definitely going to need to level up here. Yeah. Okay. So, that was awesome. I don't think... The only thing that could work is if we put Dugong to sleep, it might sleep long enough that we can get some special drops and knock it out before it wakes up. Which is what happened, so that's great. We're level 54 now. We actually outspeed Cloyster, and we get a Gen 1 miss against us. After it goes to sleep, it's a 3-hit KO due to special drop. We can mimic Amnesia. Now, I don't really need to put Slowbro to sleep, but we're going to mimic Amnesia. It's going to boost our special. It's going to be a 3-hit KO, so I want to save for Lapras. That crit kind of is bad, but did the same. So we're going to use Leech Life to knock out Slowbro, eventually, once the Super Potions are done. And we're going to hopefully use it to knock out Jinx as well. Now, Jinx goes for Double Slap, that's fine. And hopefully, with 3 Amnesia Psychic one-shots Lapras, I accidentally go for Amnesia, Hydro Pump just regular misses. And then, yeah, Hydro Pump does nothing. If it crit, it would have been a problem, but we beat Lorelei pretty easily. so we probably don't really need to talk about that too much more. And now I'm going to use all the rare candies here because we did just level up, and Bruno and Agatha could be fairly, well, not Bruno, but Agatha could be fairly annoying. And if we did just level up, it just makes sense to use them here. I really want to know at what looks to be level 66 or 67 how Agatha goes, because if it goes horribly, well, then we're going to need to level up in Victory Road. And because I'm not going to save, we don't have to worry about using the rare candies. They will just be unused. That is the trick of not saving in between gym members. Even sometimes when I'm allowed to do so, it just makes sense to play it out. Anyway, I'm just going to use Psychic. It's going to one-shot everything, I think, except for Machamp. It almost definitely will be a two-shot on Machamp. But I'm happy. Oh, it actually two-shots Onix. It's not a big deal. Machamp, we use Psychic. Like I suspected, it's a two-shot. And now we have the hardest trainer. Well, I actually don't know. The champion can be pretty hard. There's nothing to say. I just hope it doesn't go for Hypnosis. Definitely will outspeed me. Nothing I can really do here. So Dream Eater, yes, we put it to sleep. Taste of your own medicine, Agatha. It's a 3 KO, so I go for Leech Life and I knock out Gengar. We don't outspeed Golbat either. That's not great. We do put it to sleep and get a crit. We're not going to outspeed Haunter. It confuses us. We eat ourselves in Confusion. Nightshade, we eat ourselves in Confusion. We do put it to sleep. And now I'm going to use Leech Life. This is risky, but if I get 60 HP or more, I can withstand a Nightshade. Eventually, I can tell I'm getting greedy. I go for Psychic, and we have 94 HP. But don't you worry. We outspeed Arbok, and we're at 143. That should be more than enough. We're confused. We hit ourselves in Confusion. That's why we use Leech Life. Thankfully, it goes for Confuser again. We conveniently snap out of Confusion, put it to sleep, and then Psychic. Stays asleep Psychic. And Leech Life. Actually, I should have just gone for Psychic. And we get a Gen 1 miss. Is that our second Gen 1 miss? Yeah, that is. Well, I guess technically it was a separate attempt when we missed with Leech Life. But, man, it's really getting a lot of these lately. It's a 1 in 256 chance. Anyway, we have 8,000 experience points till we level up versus Lance. Lance is going to be interesting. Gyarados and Aerodactyl are the only threats, and running out of power points is a threat. Everything else should be fine, but we actually could run out of power points, and then that would be very much not fine. So, hopefully we outspeed Gyarados. We do and put it to sleep. Now what we need to do is just knock it out. So, again, 8,000 experience points. I'm trying to figure out whether we should badge boost, but the answer is no. We're going to use, it's going to take, oh no. No. All right, I'm going to mimic Hyper Beam just in case, because we need enough Psychics for the rest of Lance's Pokemon unless we resort to Leech Life. By the way, Dragonair, even if we don't knock it out with Hyper Beam, we got a crit. It really doesn't matter because they can only go for Agility due to weird Gen 1 mechanics. So Aerodactyl goes for Hyper Beam, gets a crit, and we still put it to sleep. Unfortunately, it wakes up right away, goes for Supersonic, and we knock ourselves out. I don't know if this is gonna happen, guys. I don't know. You know, this, like, the first 3 battles are gonna be fine. We can fast forward to Lance, but, like, yeah, I'm not really sure. We just don't do enough damage. Well, here's something funny you may not have expected. I didn't get back to Lance so easily, and the stumbling block was Lorelei. Lorelei, a lot of things had to go right, especially with Dugong, in order for me to win. And I'd lose to Agatha. I never lost to Bruno, but I lost like 6 different times. Eventually, I did make it back to Lance, but it didn't really go all that much better. We put Gyarados to sleep, and we got the special drop. That means we don't really need to worry so much about mimicking Hyper Beam. Instead, we can mimic Agility, and we can get really fast, which is good, because then we can put Aerodactyl to sleep. Now, we're going to use Psychic on Dragonair, and hopefully I have enough power points for the rest of the team, but we might not. I'm going to try to put Aerodactyl to sleep. It misses, but the second one hits, and then Psychic's going to be a 3 KO. Wait, not with Hyper Potion, and we lost. Yep, that's it. GG. I mean, I guess if we really wanted to, we would win, but it would take up so much of our time as to not be worth it. So I guess we have to use Leech Life against the Dragonair. We didn't have enough power points because I have to watch out for Lance just using Hyper Potion. And by the way, Leech Life barely took Dragonite to under half HP. So that's fun. But just in case you're like, but J-Rose, you could have won, right? Well, so just for, you know, why the heck not reasons, I start to use Struggle. And don't forget, Lance has used Barrier a lot of times by this point. So max defense, and as it turns out, after Hyper Potion, I actually think we would get knocked out before Dragonite. So yeah, great stuff. After 3 more losses to Lorelei and another 2 to Agatha, I'm about ready to give up because this isn't as consistent as I would like it. We get the special drop. It's going to be a 4-hit KO on Gyarados. This time I'm going to be smart. I'm going to use Agility, and then I'm just going to use Leech Life. It just makes sense to use Leech Life. Save as many power points as possible. Hyper Potion's annoying. And we could actually run out of Leech Life if things go really badly. It took 7 to knock out the first Dragonair, so that would be pretty funny if we had to use Psychic, but we don't. We put Aerodactyl to sleep, it wakes up. We put it to sleep, it stays asleep. We don't get a special drop, but it's a 2-hit KO anyway. And now we use Psychic, Barrier's fine. Psychic, Barrier's fine. I'd love a special drop, there we get it. And we don't get a Hyper Potion. So for the first time, we're going to make it to the champion. But Alakazam could just use Psychic and end the run really quickly. So that would suck. Let's hope that doesn't happen. It's a 1 in 3 chance. We need to be able to survive. So I'm going to go for Sleep Powder, Mirror Move. It outspeeds. That's not good. All right. It's asleep. Psychic. It's asleep. Psychic. Special drop. 3 Psychics. We knock out Pidgeot. Perfect. So I'm going to go for Sleep Powder. Psychic. Yeah, I was worried that would happen. I should have leveled up. I wasted so much real time trying to do this without leveling up. I thought it was possible. I'm really annoyed. I wasted a ton of my time. So, okay. We're going to level up a lot. And we're going to come back. And it's probably going to make Lorelei a lot less annoying. And Agatha a lot less annoying. And, yeah. Alright, see you guys in 2 seconds because of editing. Okay, so a few changes as we battle Lance. We're at level 70 now. That's pretty good. We also went to Celadon City and got another power point up. And that means we have 2 more power points of Psychic, which could be pretty useful in case Dragonair likes to use a Hyper Potion. And we should have more than enough for Dragonite. We have 8 remaining for the final 2 Pokemon. So we have mixed speed and safety. This is going to be only 2 Psychics for Aerodactyl. Great. And then I don't even need to use Sleep Powder. I know I did that. We can't seem to get a special drop, which is annoying. And it does get a Hyper Potion, which is annoying. But finally, we get the special drop right at the end. After defeating Dragonite, we level up to level 71. So here's the question. At level 71, do we survive a Psychic? And we're not going to have quite full power points because we ran out, so that means we'll only have 10. But it shouldn't be a big deal. Hopefully, this is it. Okay, so Mirror Move failed. We miss. Wing Attack, that's not a big deal. We miss. Mirror Move, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I hate this game sometimes. Why? I've been at this for like 3 hours. Okay, that's not true. Been at this for like an hour. The run has taken 3 hours. Oh, God. All right. Let's try again. After 2 more losses to Agatha, we've made it back to the champion. It goes for Sky Attack. We miss. And yeah. That's fun. That's fun. Only took me 20 minutes. Honestly, at this point, I've been at this for now an hour and 15 minutes. I think we need to level up more. I'll tell you guys, we are still losing to Agatha pretty regularly. Lorelei is not consistent. I don't think we've lost yet, but we came close. But more importantly, I calculated my speed, and I don't think without leveling up, I'd outspeed Charizard, and it can go for Fire Spin. And can you imagine if that's the way we lost? That would really suck. Epic foreshadowing? Well, after leveling up by beating all these swimmers, and there's a lot of them, I'm going to show you the Lorelei battle now that we're at level 76. Now, keep in mind, I did use the rare candies first because I think this is going to be it. I don't think we need to level up, and there are no more trainers to beat anyway. So now we can do, well, pretty much the same stuff as before, except it takes way, way less time, and we don't have to worry about Jinx, or really it was Dugong that was being really annoying. We'd run out of power points. Yeah, it was really bad. But Lapras sometimes confused us, sometimes critted with Hydro Pump, sometimes froze us with Blizzard, Jinx sometimes hit us first. It was bad. But now it's not so bad. Bruno was easy before. Bruno will be easy now. You can notice that because I went to the power plant, I have 16 power points for Psychic, which is great. I might in the future want to hold off on using all of them because Elixir only restores 10. So if we ever dip below 6, we won't get our absolute full amount restored. You can see I'm only at 13 now. That should be enough for Agatha. The problem is we still don't outspeed anything, at least not anything important. And so we can still hit ourselves in Confusion, after missing with Sleep Powder, get hit by Nightshade. But thankfully, because we have a lot of HP to spare, we're still at 102, which is pretty good. Golbat, it does eliminate my normal badge boost, then confuses me. Then Haze eliminates Confusion before it confuses me again. So we have a nice amount of HP for Haunter, which misses with Hypnosis a couple times. Thankfully, I hit with Sleep Powder and we gain a little bit of HP back. Sorry, I'm not going total play-by-play here, but you've seen this battle already before. And you've seen what I do here. I just try to get as much HP possible for Gengar, try to put it to sleep, and you can see how lucky this is. It was a first try victory at this level, and with our increased power points, Lance should be a total joke. So we're going to speed right on by, there's nothing much to say, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the champion. So in order to beat the champion, the following things need to happen. First off, we would like to outspeed Pidgeot and put it to sleep. Also, here Gyarados didn't cooperate. That was cool. Thank you, Gyarados. I didn't have that on my bingo card. Anyway, as I go and... Well, do we even need to get more? I don't think we need more HP. I mean, maybe just in case for Aerodactyl, which should be fine. Might as well be safe. Anyway, what was I saying? Right, preferably outspeed, put Pidgeot to sleep, survive whatever it is that Alakazam is going to do, put it to sleep, knock it out, and hopefully regain all my HP, outspeed Charizard, put it to sleep. Yeah, I think you can see why this is taking me so long. Each time I say put that to sleep, there's a 25% chance of failure. So if you do the math, statistically it's unlikely it all happened. It's likely one fails. The question is, which one will fail and when? Well, it doesn't fail here. That's good. And it also needs to stay asleep. Psychic still isn't a two-shot, which is really annoying, but I have to use it to knock it out. Now, here's the moment of truth. It goes for Psychic. Crit. Forgot about that possibility. It just crits and we lose. Hooray. Wonderful. For the first time in back-to-back runs, we've gotten past Lance, but we still haven't gone past Alakazam. We put Pidgeot to sleep, which is great. We go for Psychic, no special drop, that's fine. We go for Psychic, it's going to be a 3-hit KO. All right, please don't crit. Psychic is bad. We get a special drop. That's going to hurt us versus Charizard. We do use Leech Life, and we restore a bunch, and it stays asleep. So we're at 132. Against Rhydon, I'm going to put it to sleep. It goes for Horn Drill, and because of the special drop, Psychic is going to be a 3-hit KO, which is really annoying. Oh, actually, it's going to be a 4-hit KO, and then a full restore. We get a crit, which is great. Leech Life finishes it off. 140 for Executor. We go for Sleep Powder, it misses. Thankfully, Hypnosis misses in kind. That was a miss that didn't sink us. Perfect. We go for Leech Life. It does half. So we're going to be at full HP for Charizard. The question is... Oh, wait, it's Gyarados. Whoops. I forgot about that. Okay, Leer is fine. We put it to sleep. Now it's asleep. We're going to go for Mimic, and we're going to Mimic Hydro Pump. It wakes up. We're going to go for Sleep Powder again. So again, we have a special drop. So that's not doing much. Thankfully, we get a special drop on the Gyarados. And Full Restore sucks. It does wake up. Dragon Rage is fine. I'm going to put it to sleep. Hyper Beam sucks, and there's a Leer on us. All right, but As long as we put Charizard to sleep, things are fine. And with that Leer, we will outspeed it for sure. We don't put it to sleep. Why? That was the one I needed. Well, I guess that's not true. I needed a lot of different ones, but that's the thing. That's the thing. That's why Sleep Powder isn't as good. This is why I don't use certain moves. This is why we don't use Wrap. Any move that has a chance of missing will miss. That's why I don't like Blizzard. It's why I don't like Fire Blast. Any chance that can miss will miss. I mean, that's true. But if you need to use it 5 or 6 times, it is an exponentially higher chance of it missing. And so I'm really trying for a really lucky strategy, even though I'm level 76. Even though I'm level 76, it's insane. This is what I was talking about with the move pool and the mediocre stats. If we just had better stats, we wouldn't have to rely on Sleep Powder as much. Mega Drain probably wouldn't help us. Yeah, that's Venonat. This isn't my fault, I don't think. The luck isn't great, but this is just how Venonat works. 3rd time in a row we've made it to the champions. We're at least making the rest of the Elite Four consistent. Pidgeot wakes up right away, we put it to sleep. It wakes up right away, we put it to sleep. Great. Psychic, okay, it's going to be a 3 KO. That's not a big deal. And now we need no special drop, no crit. Can we get it? Reflect is good. We miss. Psybeam, no crit. We miss. Psybeam KOs. Why? That was ridiculous. 2 misses in a row. 2 in a row. You know what that is? It's a 4th of a 4th. It's a 16th. 4th time in a row we've made it to the champion, so it's getting very consistent, which is good. Psychic, it's asleep. Psychic, it's fine. All right, now, please cooperate. Psychic, I am starting to lose it. Oh my gosh, come on. Wouldn't you believe this is what, our 5th time making to the champion in a row, and we miss. Wing attack is, oh my god, a crit. That's bad because I think now Psybeam knocks us out. Leech Life doesn't restore enough to be worth it. I mean, yay. It is going to make it a 2-shot with Psychic. Oh, wait, no, it won't. Now I'll knock it out with Leech Life. So 147, and yeah, I won't survive Psychic now. Great. Wonderful. Perfect. Happy as can be. Wouldn't you know, 6th time in a row, we make it back to the champion. Gotten this pretty consistent. I'm pretty proud of myself. The strategies are good. We're getting just the worst luck I've gotten in a really long time. Okay. Please no crit. Please no crit. Okay. No special drop either. You can see I paused being like, where's the special drop? It stays asleep. You know what? Don't want to jinx it. Psychic. Fury attack is fine. Okay. We're going to restore HP against Executor. Please put it to sleep. I have to put it to sleep. Okay, because it will use Hypnosis and really just make my life miserable. It wakes up, that's fine. We are at almost full HP. We don't put Gyarados to sleep. Hydro Pump sucks. Crit really sucks, but that's fine. It's still, as long as we outspeed, it's still okay. Psychic, get the special drop. We don't get it. It stays asleep. Psychic, it wakes up. We have to put it to sleep. Hey, the game's cooperating. Psychic, it stays asleep. All right. As long as we outspeed, we're fine. We need the Leer to outspeed. Remember last time we got to Charizard, the Rhydon used Leer? Was it the Gyarados who used Leer? Sorry, just so many different attempts. And that's why we outsped. So we actually don't outspeed without that badge boost. Wonderful. So I need to pause on Rhydon to make sure I get a Leer and or Tail Whip so that I can outspeed, but better not get a Hyper Beam. All right, let's just go. I can't believe we haven't lost to Agatha. We've made it here 7 attempts in a row. All right, Sleep Powder misses. It misses again. This again. This again. This again. It doesn't miss with Sleep Powder. No. Why would that happen? Why would that happen? All right. 8 consecutive appearances versus the champion. I think that's a new record. All right, come on. Let's go. Okay, it's asleep, and it stays asleep. 1 Psychic special drop. That's going to save me a PowerPoint. Doesn't really matter. Alakazam. Reflect isn't ideal, but as long as it stays asleep, it's fine. Okay, it stays asleep. Just don't use full restore here. Great. Perfect. We're at full HP. Now we need to stall. So we use Leech Life. Fury Attack misses. Come on. Leer misses. No, no, no. I need you to hit. No, no, no. I need you. No, come on. Please. No, right on. This. All right. 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 We got 2 badge boosts. This should be good. Okay. Executor. I'm going to go for Leech Life. It misses with Hypnosis. I actually misclicked. Meant to use Sleep Powder. Whatever. We're good. Sleep Powder. Gyarados is asleep. We're going to use Mimic on Hydro Pump because that should one-shot now. Psychic. Special drop. Psychic's not going to knock it out, but no potion. Let's go. Just knock it out. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Oh, gosh, that was awful. Man, I don't think I've been this annoyed in a long time. Venonat sucks. I mean, I love Psychic. I love Venomoth. But man, base 40 special, terrible move pool, bad speed. This was bad. Brock was bad. So much was bad. 849 is not a good time at all. I think, honestly, just based on everything, 5th worst Pokemon that's actually completed. So Weedle technically is in last, but this is the 5th worst. Only Abra, because of Brock and Struggle, Pidgey, Zubat, and Paris were worse than Venonat. Funny enough, we have 2 bug Pokemon and now 2 poison Pokemon. I wonder if anything is going to be as bad. I had no idea this would be so annoying. Hopefully the next one's a lot more fun. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be back soon with another video. Take care.